All right, so we're looking at our notes for sections 4.3 to 4.5, and we're going to be working with congruent polygons. Congruent polygons are figures that are the exact same size and shape. So therefore, if polygons are congruent, then all corresponding parts are congruent. And before we get into more with that, we need to look at some vocabulary. And so the first thing that we're looking at is included angle. And so when we go to talk about an included angle, we're looking at an angle that is between two marked sides. The vertex of the angle is the point where the two marked sides meet. So if we're looking at our example here, it says what angle is the included angle for AB and CA. And that would either be, we could either call it angle A, or we could call it angle BAC. So then we look at the counterexample. What angles are not included in the angle? And that would, of course, be this angle B and angle C. The next thing that we want to look at is an included side. So we're using that word included again. A side that is between two marked angles. There are marked angles at the endpoints of each side. So our example, what is the included side for triangle ABC? So triangle ABC, that's our angle there. And angle BCA, that's our angle there. And when we look at that, then the included side would be right here. So obviously then, if we are given those two angles again and ask what is not the included side, we're talking about AC and AB. Okay, so those are two definitions that we need to know for included angle and included side. And now we're going to start to look at how we can prove congruence. And so we have 4 patterns that we look at. And we're going to label each picture based on the name of it. So our first one here is side, side, side. And so all sides of one triangle are congruent to all sides of another triangle. So we would have our markings, one side congruent to the other side, the second side congruent to the second side, the third side congruent to the third side. The next one we could have is side, angle, side. Notice that this says the angle is included. And so we're talking about one side congruent to another side, a second side congruent to that side, and then the angle that's included between those. Okay. The next one we have is angle, side, angle. Notice that the side this time is included. And so we're looking at one angle being congruent to another angle being congruent to another, and then the side between the included side. We then have our fourth one, which is AAS, and that is, the big thing there is that side is not included. So we're talking about an angle, and then an angle, and then a side that is not included. Okay. Now, there are 2 patterns of sides and angles that are not shown above, and those are angle, 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 and side, side, angle. And what I'm going to do is in the module, I'm going to build in another video that shows us why those are not patterns that show congruency.